Hello there, how are you doing? Nice to see you. We've already got some people piling up in the chat, which is really good. We'll start by saying hello to those already in. So we've got hello to Nunya Texas on the back 20. We've got hello to Sounds Like Life and hello to one of my moderators, Steve and Tina Jewel. So here's a hello to all you. So I don't know why StreamYard keeps putting me small and then I have to make myself big again. I've got lots to catch up with you all, but I have a theme for today. So I'll do some brief catch up first and then I'll talk about the theme of today because I had planned the theme. I've made a little short video to do with the theme I've been doing today. So that will be pretty cool. But first of all, as it's Wednesday, I know you really love my puzzle piece on Wednesday, so let's do that first. Oh, I'm small again. I've got it on big, but it's jumped back to small. So the question today is, where did Ian Fleming get the name James Bond from? So he created the name James Bond, but he got that from somewhere. Do you know where he got the name James Bond from? He didn't just make it up. It was from something. So where did Ian Fleming get the name James Bond from? I wonder if you know that. That's a really good trivia question. It's one of those things you'll know or not know. And I don't know if you can look it up or not. I don't know. But it will add to your trivia if you love a bit of trivia, particularly if you know James Bond's fans. If you know any fans of James Bond, see if it's something they know the answer to. Okay, while you're thinking about that, let me do the important news first. And for those of you who don't know, we have accommodation in Ziggy, it's Mike's, and he uses it. He's been renting it for income before he got his pension. So we have decided, we did say a few years ago we were going to sell it, and I made a video about it. And then we didn't sell it. We decided not to because we were told to hang on to it. Wasn't the best time to sell. So we are now selling it. We have someone renting in there at the moment, but they will go at any point. And if you're interested in it, we're selling it for no offers because we're doing it at a very cheap price. We're selling it for 139,000. Now, if we sell it at that price, we don't want to be messing around. So it is worth more than that, but that's the price we'll sell it for, a quick sale. So if someone wants it, they need to get in quickly and without any hassle. So not, can you do this, and it's through an estate agent. But we can go around that if that's something more suitable. So let me know if you know anyone. I do have the video still of when we were going to sell it before, but I cannot guarantee anything in that video, as in if they've decorated, painted things, that kind of thing, because obviously we haven't been in there since they've rented it and they were given permission to paint or whatever. So if you want to see that video, or if you know someone that's interested, I'm still happy to give you the link to that video, but do make them aware that video was then. But it shows the area. It's by a marina. It's Larnaca side of Cyprus, but it's not Larnaca as you see it on the map. It's right over this side of Larnaca. So don't think you'll be in the middle of Larnaca. You're not. You're right on the west side of Larnaca. So you're equal to go to Larnaca or Limassol. You're right in the middle. We actually used to go more into Limassol. I think that's actually nearer going into main Larnaca. As long as they're still there, which we haven't heard otherwise, we're going to leave the cooker, the washing machine, the fridge freezer. So anyone who wants to buy either as a holiday home or as a home to move into, everything should be there. I think we're leaving there. There's lots of built-in cupboards and a built-in wardrobe. Obviously they stay, but there is a big old, the really big old-fashioned big wardrobes. If that's still there, we're leaving that. As long as all the beds are still there, we're leaving those. So it's 2 double bedrooms. So we're leaving the double bed in one room, and we had like twin beds in the other bedroom. So we're leaving that. Anything that they leave behind, I think we already had left our plates and cups and all that there. So if they've broken by now, fine, they've gone. But if they're still there, we're not taking anything out of it. So it's got a courtyard garden. It's got a mandarin tree and a lemon tree. It's got parking for 2 cars. 1 car parks on like the back driveway of the property, and another one is the back of the place has got a big like parking area just for residents. It's got like a tree with a roundabout look in the middle, and you've got 1 allocated parking there. You're literally steps from the beach. And that is an amazing price. If you've been looking at my videos where I show you prices of property in Cyprus, you've got places that have got no roof, fallen down, 1 room is the whole property, and they want as much for that. So there we go. And as I say, you're right by a sandy beach. On the beach there is a shingle beach and a sandy beach, so whichever you prefer you've got. And the beach, the sunbeds and the sun umbrellas are free. Now that's a big bonus. If you're buying it for a holiday home, they are free, and that is because the municipality pays for them for the residents. But obviously if you're on holiday, then there's ones free, you can use them. There's a nice little cafe bar at the marina, and as I say, it's literally steps away. There's 2 massive supermarkets, walking distance. I live there, I don't drive. I had everything I needed. So bakeries and everything you want. As I say, if you want the video of it, or you want to share it, if you want to share it on your channel, I would appreciate that. That would be really great. So if you want that link, I will drop it. I did mean to put it under this video, but I didn't do that. So if you know of anyone, or you just want to share it on your channel, but as I say, do put a little note or say that I can't guarantee anything. I haven't seen it since we left there, basically. And by the way, there's no community charges. All you pay is a very small amount. I can't remember the amount, for the rubbish bins to be emptied, and they're emptied 2 times a week, maybe more in the summer. Maybe they empty them more in the summer. So you've got that to pay. So let me just look in the chat, see if anything's been going on while I've been chatting. Steve's doing links to channels. Steve says, I wonder if it was from... this is answer to the puzzle piece. Steve's very good at these. Where did Ian Fleming get the name James Bond from? Steve says, I wonder if it was from the Brook Bond label. I remember the team where they had the chimpanzees spy as Bond, the Bond, Brook Bond. Yes, very good. Yes. No, it's not that. That is not the answer. It is from something, and it is to do with animals. Oh, there's a clue. It's to do with animals, but not that. Good guess, Steve. Very good. What else have I got to catch you up on? Oh, I finished my book. I was reading Kim Edwards, and it's The Memory Keeper's Daughter, a very different story. As I say, I don't buy any books. They're all given to me. So you can probably get a lot of them free on Kindle, the free bit. I don't pay for books on Kindle. So you can probably get it, or go to your local library and get it. It was very, very different, but that one's finished now. I won't keep that one. There were portions of it I wasn't so interested in, but overall, I'd say 8.5 out of 10 overall. So there's that. You don't know where it's going till the end. So that's what I like. And the other news was, I told you last week, I was having on Tuesday, so yesterday, a YouTuber from another country was coming to Cyprus, and they asked if they could come and film my property. So that happened yesterday. So the YouTuber I'm not going to say who, I will release it because I did some filming of them filming. I've tried to make mine different. So I'm not just filming what she's filmed. I've got a little bit of filming her, camera person filming her. So I'm filming them. So that kind of thing. So I will be editing mine this Friday. I'll edit it, which means you'll get it probably. I've got something else I want to post on Monday, so you'll probably get it on Wednesday. And as I said, it's different to hers, and then you'll see who it is. And then I ask you when you know, eventually when she's back home, I think she flies back tomorrow, give her time to edit, and then she will have a full video on my property, all about my property, and be interested in what she says. So I did ask her, I said, is it like you see it on my channel? And she said two things. One, it looks on your videos like it's much more, not desolate, but not as green and everything all together. It looks more spaced out and everything like that. So she said, no, it's so much more greener. And because we've had a heat wave here, I'm apologising for things that aren't growing and not so many things. And she said, it's amazing. It's really good. She didn't realise how big it was. She said, you say how big and the size. And she said, but when we walked around, it took us 2 hours to walk around and talk about everything. And we still didn't really see everything. So she said it's far bigger than you imagine when you see it, even when you've done walks around and show, right, we'll go here and we'll go there. She said it's so much bigger. What was the other thing she said particularly? I think it was that it was so much bigger. Oh, and how much I grow. She said, when you show a little bit of this and then another video, a bit of that, she said, when you see it all together and the variety of stuff I grow. So she said, yeah, it was. So I said to her, I've had my viewers come before and visit, and they've contacted me and said, can I come and visit? We're on holiday there, or they're in the country. And I've had quite a few viewers. But this is the first time I had a YouTuber that came and asked me, contacted me and said they were coming to Cyprus. Can they come for a morning and do filming here? So that was amazing. Oh, we got Kaleidoscope of Happiness. Hello to you. Yeah, so that's really my main news for now. As I say, my video, I wanted to really talk about volunteering. I'll briefly say about it. I've got many videos, but I work with the Workaway program. And, I forgot to put the link in under this. If you want it, then I'll give you the link. I work with the Workaway program, which is a worldwide thing you can join. If you're a volunteer, you pay a small amount each year. If you're a host, which I am, then you pay nothing. And it's not just about coming to help you gardening or farming or that kind of thing. It's for anything. So you might need your house wallpapered, or you might want your windows clean. You can't really manage that. So can someone come for a day or a week, whatever you want, and just reach all the high shelves and do a general spring cleaning, that kind of thing. My sister was really impressed with what I talked about and showed on my footage. And she said, oh, I would like help with my garden, just clearing it at the end of the year. So she had, I told her how to do it all, and she got a volunteer for that. And also she had she wanted her kitchen refitted. So she got someone for that. Now, it can be someone local to you, which means you don't have to put them up. If, like me, they come from all sorts of countries all around the world, and I have to provide somewhere for them to sleep, obviously somewhere for them to wash, and if you ask for 3 hours or less a day help, you don't have to feed them, but they ask you provide them with somewhere to cook, so they can come and use your cooker, for example. So I'm going to play you a very short video now that I just put together this morning, and it's just a little idea of the people who came, and after they've come, they write a review on your place and you write a review on them. So I've included some of their reviews back on my place, and as I say, if you want more information on it, ask me, and I will gladly share that with you. So let me play that now. I'm from Hungary. We are here with my husband, and we would like to spend some days here in the farm, and we would like to learn olives pruning, and we would like to help in the farm.
Okay, this is my own wine from Pent. It's a little village in Hungary, near the West Cserhát. It's a Riesling, dry white wine. I bring it to Dawn and Mike for lovely.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm from Malaysia, and this is my first Workaway trip. I'm so excited to be here with Dawn and Mike at their olive farm retreat, learning how to do some gardening, living sustainably, and of course picking olives as well. We're so excited because we've done mostly corporate jobs all our lives, and this is our chance to just learn a new skill, get back to nature, and enjoy the beautiful surroundings.
most of our lives. And this is a great way to get out and, be one with the earth. And the whole place is amazing. The night sky was beautiful, and we had the best sleep ever. So thanks for having us.
My name is Jana, I'm from France, and I'm here to work away and help Dawn in her wonderful farm.
Hello, my name is Lucille, I come from France. I'm 19 and I'm a workawayer here.
I got a really good shot of you through the hole.
I'm not sure I'll do it, but I'll try. My work differs from this. I paint in my phone and now trying to find common language with this tree.
So yes, I hope you enjoyed that. It gives you a bit of an idea how we get people from all around the world, and that's not everybody on there. I lost, as you know, a few years ago, I lost lots of footage off my laptop. So apologies if any of the workawayers are watching this and I don't have pictures or footage of you. Of course, there's much more footage, full videos they will taken from where you can see all the work that they've done. And I did talk about you can have them for just one day, perhaps, or a few days, a week. You can do months. Or if you're someone who's maybe disabled or your house or your garden's got too much for you, you can actually have them on a longer contract. So, for example, you could say 6 months or a year. Do note the only thing you can't use them for unless you pay them and you have to disclose that it is a paid offer is if it's an actual job. So, for example, if you owned a restaurant, you couldn't have them waitressing for you, that kind of thing. So anything that makes money for you, if you're a bed and breakfast, you can't have them changing the bedding because that is a job, a paid job. So you can disclose it in advance on the Workaway site. But the rules are whatever country you're in where you're offering the work, you have to pay them more than the minimum wage. And that way you're not taking work from people in the country. It's as if they've applied for a job elsewhere. Obviously, watch out if you're a country that has visas if you do that. Volunteering isn't a problem in most countries unless it's longer term. If it's short, like holiday time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then obviously they shouldn't need a visa because they're volunteering whilst they're on holiday. And this is what I want to remind you. It's a way, if you want to volunteer anywhere, you get a free holiday. You get free holiday accommodation. If you're volunteering for more than 3 hours a day, you have to be fed. And that can be sharing the meals with the host, or some of the Workaway complexes are like dormitories. So do look at that. Some are actually dormitories and like a commune and they all cook together and clear up. Personally, that's not for me. I have just 2 at a time and they've got to be 2 people that know each other and share. So it's a couple or 2 friends. I have no more than 2 at a time. I want them to have an experience here rather than working like a commune sort of atmosphere. So there's many aspects to this and nobody can say, I can't have my garden anymore, I can't manage. It is possible and without paying. So that's what we do and we really enjoy it that way. As I say, I've looked at all these different types of sites, of different volunteering sites and all the rest of it. And I've thoroughly gone into all of them, pros and cons. And I would highly recommend that you choose Workaway. I'm not sponsored by them in any way at all. I just highly value what they do. They find the right people for you. You don't have to go on a platform and search for people unless you want to, and vice versa. So if you're volunteering, you can just put your profile up and people can find you, or vice versa, whichever way you want to do it. All you have to do if you're a host is it comes up in your country, and as I say, it's all around the world. you put up your details, and if you go on my link, you will go to my link and you'll see how we do it all, what we offer and how you write it. I always recommend you put a little disclosure on the end to say what you can and can't do, as in no smoking at any time in the building. So I do recommend you look at that on the site and put that little disclaimer on the bottom to say that if you flout any rules at any time, you will have to leave immediately. It just covers you. It covers you. You haven't got to then try and get rid of them. The other thing I always advise is that when you're on Workaway, you do all your messaging to potential people coming on the Workaway site. And Workaway say, if you go off and start doing this WhatsApp and talking separately from the actual Workaway page, they can no longer help you if something did go wrong, either as a host or as a volunteer. If all your messaging's gone on there, such as they say they're coming and they don't turn up, then you can go into Workaway and they'll go in and sort out what occurred, and then they often ban host and or volunteers if something has gone wrong, such as that. So I do know there's a host that actually got banned because she was saying you come and you do so many hours and blah, blah, blah. And in the end, she was asking them to do far more, and dangerous skills that they had no skills of, they were asked to do, and she got banned. It's quite a public person that everyone knows of if you know about Workaway. We have Small Urban Greens Homestead here. Hello to you. And that's Sammy from Small Urban Greens Homestead. Hello to you. Yeah, so that's really what I wanted to say about how you yourself can have free holidays in any country around the world. And it really is any country. Just really read the host information. Ask questions. A host will not mind answering questions unless it says it in their description. There's nothing worse than someone saying, I'm a perfect match for you, but can you tell me this, and it's all in my description. So it's obviously they just send that out all over the place and just want to know certain things. So as a volunteer, do read the descriptions, then ask questions, and a host will not mind doing that. Some people like to do like a chat like this, like a Zoom or StreamYard type chat. They like to do that, particularly if you've got younger, particularly females coming. They might want to go face to face with you, and maybe their parents or somebody is sitting there just to sort of ask the right questions and see what you look like and that kind of thing. But it is a very safe site. Just be sensible, and as I say, don't go to someone who just says, oh, I need help in my garden, and that's all they tell you. So read carefully, make sure you know where you're going, you've got details of how to get there, all that kind of thing. But it's good for students. It's a way students can spend a gap year going from place to place. And we've also had workawayers that are younger people and they don't buy property. No, they can't afford property. All the money they make working, they might do, say, waitressing, and then they might get a summer job in another country, do waitressing, for example. But while they're there, they do Workaway. So they've got their board and lodgings paid for. That's all free. They earn the money. They build up their money. They fly off somewhere else, and so on and so forth. Also, I've had couples here that have come here to see if they like Cyprus, and I've actually helped them find work here, full-time work and property. And if you know, on this channel, I've been doing a few videos of showing you properties in Cyprus and the price they are and so on and so forth. So if you are interested in looking at a country to live or buying a holiday home, then that's a good way to do it as well, without having to go to a country or another area and pay hotel prices while you look around. So there's that way as well. There's lots of different formats for using Workaway, not just for volunteering. one of my couples aren't volunteers, but they joined just for the one time for Workaway because they wanted to come to me to find out how to grow olive trees and how you harvest them and all that. So they came here, and they've got an olive farm. I've talked about those. So they came here purely to volunteer to learn what they wanted to learn, but they're not volunteers. But they had to do it through the Workaway site to come here. Another thing we have a lot of the volunteers for is they want to learn about off-grid living, because, you know, we are totally off-grid. No electric, no water. Our water is pumped up 600 feet from the borehole. And I know a lot of people say they're off-grid, and they aren't in some respect. We are totally off-grid. We have no bills other than the land tax. We have no electric, and we have solar panels that provides all that. We've also had the two French girls you saw in that film came together, and they contacted me via their university in France, and they had to do an internship. They were doing an internship for engineering, and the school, university, let everybody choose where they wanted to go to do their internship. Could be anywhere in the world or stay in France, but they had to prove that they were learning, and if they went to a company or an engineering production place, whatever they wanted to. And these two girls asked if they could come here and learn here, because some of you know Mike's an aircraft engineer. That was his job, and he rebuilt the original planes, and we've got pictures of all those. So he's an engineer, and they said would he be able to teach them engineering, and they showed their principal or whoever was in charge of the university, showed videos from Mike's channel, Olive Farm Retreat Cyprus, of things he'd made and how he makes from nothing. And one of the girls' projects for her internship was sustainable living, the cheapest way of living, and how to build solar panels or anything else for sustainable living without needing too much money. So they decided, yes, this was the perfect place. And I was a little bit unsure. So I said, well, I only do it through Workaway. So this university asked me for the information on it. I said about how they had to join up. I said, you can cancel it afterwards, but that gives me peace of mind that they're definitely coming. They came for quite a long time. And I said, yes, as long as they joined up, because that's peace of mind for me. I've got the Workaway site behind me if they didn't turn up or something occurred. And the university said the only thing that I had to do that I wouldn't normally do was, because I'm an educator as well, they were happy to come. And she said, you have to fill in all their information on their internship, what they did. I had to grade them because I'm qualified to grade degrees and things like that. I used to mark papers, and I've done lots of professional exams that I've marked and judged and been an examiner and everything. And she said, if you do that, and I knew all the forms from university, how you mark and grade and everything. And then, sorry, I was eating an apple earlier. I had a tiny bit of skin there. So I said, yes, I could do that. And she wanted my credentials, so I provided all that. And the only thing that was annoying was it was one of these online forms. We did it online. And I don't know if any of you have done these online forms. It's not a case of put your cursor in and type. You can't just type on these forms because they're official forms, and Mike had to figure out how you do it. You can't just type in. So we had to figure all that out. But what we've done is kept the forms now on computer. And then if we got any more internships, we could do it. And then I had to provide the timetable of what we were going to do with them. And they had to visit certain things and do certain things here. So Mike taught them how to build a solar panel from scrap as in not the components you make a solar panel with, but with odds and ends and things he found. And I've got a video on that. I think that's on Mike's channel. So if you're interested in that, yeah, Olive Farm Retreat, Cyprus. If you're interested in that, I'll give you the link if you ask me for it. I can't do it now. So he did that. And he also made a hot water tank for it and bits and pieces, other things he's built from nothing, which many of you know about. So there was a whole program of things they do with him. And then one of the places we took them was a big old iron bridge, a massive iron bridge. If you go on to the video, again, if you want links, ask me and I'll have to send them to you. If you go on the Workaway video of those two girls, I show what they did here, but also the trips and places we took them. So it's this massive iron bridge and we took them there, and Mike talked to them and asked them questions about how and why was it constructed and that kind of thing. So it was quite fun because, as you know, I was in education and I love teaching, and I wasn't sure if Mike liked to do it, but as long as he's into what he's talking about, I said, just talk, don't think that you're teaching, just talk. And then he enjoyed that. So there was quite a lot we did. So that was a very different one. So like I say, they're not just all coming here for a free holiday. In fact, I would say none of them have done that. They've all come for purpose, mostly to see how you live off grid, to see it in action, to see that you really don't need to spend a fortune to start being off grid, because a lot of people say, oh, it's a big cost to set up. Not if you know what you're doing or you've got a genius. So they want to see how it all happens and learn by looking and doing. Some people think that means you can't have things. You can't have, a washing machine. And some people are surprised being off grid what actually uses up the most power. And that is hair dryers, those kind of gadgets, hair tongs, those things. A kettle, boiling a kettle. I think coffee machines and things like that, microwaves. But the thing, a toaster, you can use them all. But obviously if it's a really bleak winter, you can't put them on early in the morning till you built up some power. So Mike loved talking about all that sort of stuff with everyone. And we've had people, as I say, that came out here and they ended up living out here and working out here, which I found them that for them. I don't do all the legal side of things. I just find them properties and find them jobs. So I don't do all that stuff. I don't set them up in that respect because that's what lawyers are for. So we've had people found jobs here, found houses here. We had someone who just came with his partner because she wanted to do Workaway and he wasn't really happy about her coming on her own to strangers. So he came with her, wasn't interested in it at all. The moment he arrived, he loved it, and they are now looking to move out here in the next few years and live off grid. So if that's not a turnaround, I don't know what is. So people have just kind of come to see, is it viable to be off grid? And obviously a lot come here just to see the garden and how you grow your own stuff and learn about that. So I love the mix that we've had. We actually closed for this summer. It's the first summer we closed for Workaway, and it has been a heat wave and we're not doing anything outside. So there's no way I'm going to ask people to do it, particularly if they're from a country and they're not used to it. Steve says, I have 7 kilowatt solar installed coming Monday. Good on you. Small Urban Green says, you guys have so much talent. Great advice. Definitely taking back some awesome information back to South Africa. At the beginning, Sammy, I said, I won't say who it is yet, but let's reveal then. It was Sammy from Small Urban Green's homestead that came yesterday. And I just want to hug you again, Sammy. Johannesburg, or Joburg, as Sammy calls it. Johannesburg is where. Tina is from Tanzania. No, it's not sorry. It's not sorry. No, don't be sorry. I just thought I was going to do a big reveal. But no, it was Sammy who came, and I was saying it took 2 hours to walk round. And today I sort of went around Waterway. I thought, oh, I didn't show you this. I didn't show you this. I didn't show you this. Oh dear. So Sammy has a love of carobs now. Her niece that was filming put loads in the pockets and they're eating them. So yeah, Sammy's saying you guys have so much talent. Great advice. Definitely taking back some awesome information back to South Africa. It was nice. We learnt things from each other. And one of my biggest things I found was things I'm growing. Sammy says, oh, we class those as weeds. So it's like any country. I've seen some people eat things. I was like, oh, I wouldn't eat that. So I love the differences in countries and what you learn from each other. Next time, yes, definitely. I'm still eating them. Which airport are you flying back from, Sammy? Are you going back to Larnaca? Going back to Larnaca. Larnaca's cheaper, but if you come to me, Paphos is a lot nearer. So that's the difference, and a lot smaller airport. So yeah, Larnaca, I guessed it. Yeah, so we did have fun. We did have fun. Oh, and when Sammy puts her video out, she has talked a little bit about the volunteering, and I think they filmed some of the accommodation, the one available and the one that's in the air at the moment. Sammy has to fly to Cairo and then back to Johannesburg. Yes, we're getting more and more direct flights to a lot of countries now. When we first came out here, you had to go always somewhere else to somewhere else. Yeah, it's a lot of messing around, unfortunately. We're lucky, though, because it's not like Europe. If you're doing Workaway volunteering in Europe, it's easy because you can do a few days here and then drive to somewhere else, a few days there. To come to Cyprus, you've got to come to Cyprus. We're an island. We're an independent island. We're not connected to anywhere else. The good news is many years ago, there was a ferry that went from, I forget where it docks now in Greece, but there was a ferry from Greece to Cyprus, and they stopped it when not long after we came out, they stopped it. But the last couple of years, they now have it again, but it's only summer. It's not like all year. I did do a video talking about that somewhere, and I've kept the information, how much it was and everything like that. It's not a ferry where you would have a holiday on it because it takes a long time. I wouldn't like to say top of my head, but I did do a video on it. So it's not like that kind of ferry. I think you can have a bed in there. I think you can book like a bed, but it's not like a holiday cabin. It's like, imagine drivers, long distance lorry drivers, they're not booking a holiday, they just like pay for a bunk or whatever else. But you can do that. So we do have the option now of getting people that are volunteering maybe in Europe or even Greece itself, and then could get the ferry over to extend their holiday. We haven't done it because we don't have passports. We're on a holiday island. Why would we need to go on holiday anywhere else? Oh dear. So I hope you like that little volunteering video. I just put that together this afternoon. It actually took a lot of time because, as I say, I've got to find all the videos, load the full video, take a tiny bit out. And my hard drives are a bit dodgy. If I plug them in, all of a sudden they might like, and they've like disconnected themselves, but it didn't happen. And I did notice, watch it with you. I obviously normally watch a video through in an edit, but because I was so afraid of that, I came out and I did notice, watch it through with you. I put the same comment up twice, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So yes, volunteering is a nice way. You can volunteer with charities through Workaway as well. There's lots of these gap year type things. And what I like is the total mixed ages volunteering. You get a lot of pensioners volunteering. They just want something to do. And as I say, you can do it in your own country. You might live in the middle of London and you might want to go to the seaside for a week where you volunteer and you do couple of hours a day there. And by the way, you don't work at weekends. You don't volunteer at weekends. That's like legal. So you just do 5 days a week, couple of hours in the morning. Some places will tell you what time they want you to start and what time finish. Some just say, well, this is what I want you to do today and do it whenever you like. Some people might want to do an hour first thing in the morning, an hour at night. So again, that's something to look at to see how flexible it is, if that's you're doing it on a casual way rather than you're coming for experience. Obviously for us, we say if you're coming to work when it's hot, the earlier you start the better, because you will get too hot. If you want to start later the first day, you can do. They all move forward a little bit, and it's nice to start quite early really, because then you've really got the whole day to go out and about and explore Cyprus. So they feel like, oh, a quick couple of hours in the morning to do something, then they're off for the whole day. Or if there are people that want to come back early in the day, then they might do, as I say, split the day and do a little bit of helping in the evening. It doesn't get cool in the evenings in Cyprus. I hear places like Portugal, Spain, France, they go, oh, it's cool now, it's 6 o'clock. I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning when we said the other day we were awake, and it's like, oh, it's got a little bit cooler now. So that's something else to think about if you're volunteering in a hot country. Is it going to be physical work, and are you going to be able to do it? Because obviously if you say, oh, I can't do the work, it's too hot, you're not really obliged to stay there anymore. And we have done, obviously, you know, I've got disabilities, so I always take that into consideration. So we do a thing where you can pay to stay with us, you can volunteer to stay with us, or you can decide to do 50-50. So if you say, well, I could do a few days volunteering, but then you can pay the rest. So basically on Workaway, if you wanted to come but you can't work, then you can obviously pay to stay if you like. So you're paying for me if I need to employ someone or to buy some materials or whatever I need, something to advance our projects. So you've got options. I'm very open-minded. And the only thing we don't do is, and I don't really understand this, I had someone inquire, a lady, and she wanted to bring her 5-year-old child. And I'm like, volunteering? We're a working farm technically. And by that, I mean, we leave tools out. The workshops are open all day. We're not like locking the tools away. We've got an open swimming pool. So we don't even have children here as guests. We have no children and no smoking. They're our main rules. And no vaping. Some people say, oh, I only use no vaping. So I said no. And I actually went to Workaway and said, is this right? She's saying she's paid to be a Workaway and she can bring her child. And they said there are some places that accept that. So I thought, well, I'm not having a child working, particularly at 5. And then Workaway sent me another message to say, oh, we forgot to mention, if you allow a child to come, you're not allowed to have them work. They have to be 18 to work. So this child's having a free holiday. Now, the mother had already put in the initial inquiry that my child will help me if I'm picking something or weeding, my child will help me. Well, first of all, Workaway's told me they're not allowed to help in any respect. And secondly, if you're working, what if your child's rushing off or running around? So I've just now gone on to Workaway and said no children. I really didn't think that was a thing. I really didn't understand that, because to me that is more about she's coming to be on holiday with the child. So, yeah, there is that. So again, even me who's done it for years, I wasn't aware of that. I've never had that inquiry before. And everyone who comes as a volunteer has to be signed up. There's a cheaper rate if you pair with someone signing up, or you can join them later on. So let's say you're a woman and your husband wants to do it as well. You can pair up and you pay a smaller fee, like a joint fee. Now, that doesn't mean they've always got to come together. So one could come and the other not come, or they could go separate places. So there's that. And then I got an inquiry one time from a scoutmaster. And could he bring, they weren't children's scouts, they were, I don't know what you call them, like the sort of, I don't know, 16-year-olds, whatever, man scouts. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, those ones, the ones who are about to go and learn to be the leaders and whatever. And he said they'd bring their own tents. They'd all bring their own tents. And could they come? So I was like, So I always check with Workaway because I don't want to be wrong. So I checked with them and they went, no, the leaders signed up, but no one else has signed up. So they actually blocked them. And I was like, oh, I don't mean to do harm to people, but I have to know what I'm doing is correct. So they got kicked out. And then sometimes I've had inquiries where it's an inquiry for one person and they say, I'm bringing my husband. That's one person has signed up because you get like their like icons who's in the group. So I said, can I have your profile of your husband then, because I need that for the Workaway site to be like legal with Workaway. And they went, no, we're just bringing them. I was like, no, sorry. So people will always try and bend the rules. And as I say, I've had quite a lot say, oh, here's my WhatsApp number, just reply there. No. So with anything in life, do be cautious, know the rules, and definitely volunteer if you want a free holiday. As I say, anywhere in the world, the most remote places you can think of, you can say on your profile what you want to do, or you can say, I just want to learn. Most of the people that came here hadn't got a clue which way up to hold a saw. One said, I've never even dug a hole. And I was like, well, I'll show you and explain. And now, after he'd done, I wanted loads of holes ready for trees. And he said afterwards, because I check with them when they've done, say, one, I say, well, is that all right? Do you want to do more? Do you want to do something else if I've got lots of jobs? He's like, I'm loving this. I've never even held a shovel before. And he's digging holes and he's like, more holes, more holes. He was so loving it. And I was planting the trees after they went because I had other jobs for them. And he said, I want to see the trees and I will know that if they live, I was the one that dug my hole for them. So it's lovely. A lot of them still keep in contact with me. And it's my way. We used to do Airbnb, but with the rules of that, we can't afford to let people come and stay at our property for our cheap prices. So we don't do that. And I really miss meeting new people. But volunteers are better because you're working with them all the time. Whereas people at Airbnb, we'd invite them up, come and have a drink or barbecue if you want to. If you're just wanting privacy, then that's fine too. But the volunteers are working with you. And that's what I love best. And while we're working, I'm learning about their country and talking to them. And I just love that. And I always say to them, before you come, make sure your phone's loaded up with photos. I want to see your country. And so that is my travel, plus watching your guys' channel and where you live. I love to see where you live. So that's really good. That's really cool. Okay, I've done over an hour. One of you is having a private chat with me now, and I said I was just going to switch it over to private. Now, I'm not sure as I come out of this whether it will kick me off. If it does, I will send you another link because I'm going to have to press end stream and then I will have to get a new code. But what I'm going to do is before I click end screen, I'm going to hit private chat and see if it still stays up. So if I disappear from the person that's having a private chat, then I will send you a link to where I've gone. Okay, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate that. I've had a really good chat today because volunteering is one of my favourite things to talk about. So anything you want to know, then let me know. Steve saying, funny emoji from Sounds Like Life. Steve and Tina say, thanks for the live. Oh, I didn't give you the answer to the puzzle. Don't do that. Steve saying, thanks for the live. Had a great week. Hope to keep well. Bye for now. Yes, the answer. Answer to puzzle piece. We must do that. I nearly forgot. Okay, so the answer to the question, you must tell me, guys, if I forget. Where did Ian Fleming get the name James Bond from? And it says he actually got it. It was the name of the author from one of his bird books. So Ian Fleming was very much into birds and he had lots of bird books. And when he was trying to think of a name for the character of James Bond, he glanced over to his bird books and he saw the name James Bond. Yes, would never have guessed that. No, I said it was to do with animals after your comment. So, yes, sorry, I nearly forgot. I didn't deliberately leave it to the very end to keep people watching. You know I do it before the end. But there we go. Okay, then. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, as always, Meraki.